again, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail here. When it comes to protection on a retail level, Turtle Wax Seal and Shine really did set the bar when it comes to durability. We did have one that really put up a good fight and in many ways actually stood up to it or did even better, and that was the Eagle One Wipe and Shine. Turtle Wax is the better buy at places. In my area, however, I see Eagle One everywhere, and it's just easier to grab. Still way under 10 bucks. So we're going to continue on with the Eagle One for a little while. I'm not going to give up on Seal and Shine videos. It's really incredible what these things can withstand, and I'm going to put it up against a entry-level ceramic coating soon, so stay tuned. But when it comes to Eagle One, a spray detailer used for gloss, a little bit of protection, just something to give the surface a little bit of pop before a show, before you head out on a night out on the town. But people also use S Bead Maker for the same thing. A pop, a bump up in gloss, just a little bit of protection, and ease of use. You can get around the car quickly with both of these. Let's put these head to head, because I know a ton of you guys still love S Bead Maker. It's been out for quite some time. Eagle One's been out for quite some time, but it just really showed up in our testing here lately. So let's put these together on the same panel. Not putting one or the other down. I love both of them. We're just going to compare and have some fun. Let's get to it. Okay, this should be a fun and interesting comparison, and that's all it is. We're not here to put one product down or another, because I enjoy both, and I know a lot of you guys love both of these products, along with some others that we've been comparing lately. A lot of people use S Bead Maker to this day and really enjoy it. It does pop the gloss on the car. It just, durability is a question with that. We're going to put that through the test today. They are both quick detailers, can be used in many ways for gloss enhancing before you leave for a show or a night out on the town. They can both put a little bit of protection down on the paint. They can also be used as drying aids and other uses. So we're going to compare these in different ways, not just protection alone. We'll test ability to resist heat. We'll test gloss and slickness. We'll test the beading on both of these, water properties. At the end, we will do a little bit of a chemical test just to see which one has the best protection. We'll keep track of this stuff on the whiteboard. So let's get this started. Should be fun. Not only just for testing purposes, but also if you're applying it to your car, truck, or motorcycle, preparation is going to be one of the most important parts of applying these products. So we're going to take the test panel, I'm going to wash it, I'm going to clay it, decontaminate it, and a quick exfoliation. We're going to get that done quickly so we can get to testing. The panel has been prepared properly. We have areas masked off for the Eagle One Wipe and Shine, the S Bead Maker, The first thing we're going to do, because we have the whiteboard all set up, we're going to test gloss, beading, protection, heat, slickness. First, we're going to get this applied, and we're going to judge the ease of use for both of these products. S Bead Maker first in its designated area. A lot of videos I see the individuals dousing the areas with this. For the first application, you want to go a little bit heavier, but for the most part, just a fine mist after the foundation is laid down is good enough. And my favorite method is just spraying into a microfiber and getting it on the panel that way. Then follow up with a microfiber. Now that wipes off rather quickly. However, on dark panels, sometimes, every once in a while, I'm going to get high spots with that you have to just pay attention to. Some streaking. That normally is going to happen if you're applying too much at one time, but you do want to keep an eye on that. That's the only drawback on the use of S Bead Maker. We're going to go ahead and put 2 layers of each product in each section. Give you a close-up view. A bead maker going on. It's very thin, clear, easy to work with if you're not drenching this little area with half a gallon. Even coverage. Take a look at it the first few seconds as it's sitting on the panel. Come in with a microfiber, just keep flipping it, and you see it starts to flash, and it comes off quickly. However, on some of the darker cards, every once in a while, you'll catch a streak or a high spot. No big deal. Reactivate it, hit it again, grab your microfiber, and it'll come off. Okay, Eagle One Wipe and Shine is next. I know it's a spray, wipe, and shine detailer, but all the products I use, I like to have control, so it's going to go right onto a microfiber applicator. And then in a few short seconds, followed up by mopping it up and buffing it dry with a microfiber. This one here, and I'm going to bring in closer for the second layer. It flashes a lot quicker, it's easier to remove, and I've never come upon high spots or streaks with it. I mean, it looks pretty much exactly like the S Bead Maker as it's sitting on the panel for, the first 3 seconds of being applied. And we just come in here with the microfiber, flip it over, you're going to see it start to flash already, and it is gone. No time at all, you'll be around the car. I don't have a problem with high spots. When it comes to ease of use, it's going to slightly get the nod over PNS. I mean, they're both a piece of cake, but just because of that, I'm going to give the nod to this one here. Eagle One will get the check mark for ease of use, and that's just ever so slightly. Both products have been applied 2 layers each in each section. They're going to have plenty of time to cure. I got to head out, so this is going to cure overnight, And we're going to freeze it because I don't even want to take gloss readings until they've had proper time to cure. So we're going to come back, check slickness, gloss, beading. We're going to give it the heat test, and at the end we'll see just how far these two can protect. We'll see you back in a bit. Back at it today. It's been well over 24 hours. Both sides have had plenty of time to cure. First thing we're going to do is take a look at slickness. We'll just go by feel here quickly first. The P&S side just seems to grab the underside of my hand a little bit more. I glide a little bit easier on the Eagle 1 side. When it comes to slickness, Eagle 1 will get the check mark for that. We're going to start the heat test next. We're going to do the heat test just a little bit differently. No running a line straight through both sections. I'm going to do a little bit of a 3 or 4 inch circle in each section. And both of these passed the heat gun test at 175 degrees, but failed the mini torch test. So I'm going to run a circle with the heat gun and get that up to 200, 210 degrees in both sections. Then we'll be able to tell once we start the beading and the chemical resistance test if either side held up to that as well. So what I'll do is I'll hold the heat gun in one spot at the same place until the temperature exceeds 200 degrees. Then we'll go on to the next area. Okay, 201 there. This is the S Bead Maker section. All right. We'll move on to gloss meter readings. Then we'll get outside, get to beading. We'll just keep an eye out on both of these areas to see if they've held up to 200 plus degrees. Gloss readings, first in the S Bead Maker section. 4 readings, we'll get the average of the 4 readings. Okay. 93.3 is the average after 4 readings from the S Bead Maker. Not bad. Let's go over to the Eagle 1 section here. We'll get 4 readings from this section. All right, the average after 4 readings in this section is 92.8, and that means P&S gets the point for gloss. Okay, gloss, P&S. All right, let's move on to beading. Next up, we'll take a look at water behavior and beading, and we'll keep an eye on these areas in the center here to make sure both areas passed or failed the heat test. Then we'll follow that up with some chemical resistance testing. And the atom strip wash did not work out so well in the last testing, so we'll take a little step up here with Totally Awesome's cleaner here. It's kind of watered down. It's retail. It's at a dollar store. So we'll see what we can do, how many rounds we can get through until one of these fails. All right, for beading, I have the nozzle set on the mist. There's a telltale sign. This is the S Bead Maker section, and we can already see that little area where we had the heat gun held. Here's the beading. Not bad at all. Let's go over to the Eagle 1 section. Very nice. Now, even though Eagle 1 failed the mini torch test. As you can see in the center here, it did hold up to the heat gun at 200 degrees. I'm going to have to give this one the nod for the tightest beads as well. So this is going to take the point for beading and heat resistance. Beading. Eagle 1. Heat resistance. Eagle 1. Now we're going to work on protection. Now that is very important. So if P&S does take gloss and protection, that is a huge chunk of what a lot of consumers are looking for that really aren't worried about the rest of these. So let's see what happens. This will be round 1 for the chemical test. Remember, Eagle 1 on this side, P&S will be right there. I want to show you both sections up close. How they act when they're fighting off the chemicals. You can see the resistance a little bit more prevalent in this area than in the Bead Maker. It's just laying right on top of the protection. You can see where the protection failed. So what we can see is a more persistent fight from Eagle 1. All right, what we're going to do is rinse it off, clean the slate with Carb Pro Reset, and we're just going to keep going till we have a winner. Okay, just want to show you this real quick. P&S Bead Maker. Eagle 1. Wipe and shine. And we have a winner. When it comes to protection, we had a TKO in the first round that goes to Eagle 1. So when it comes to the two most important things a lot of consumers look at, gloss and protection, it was a toss-up. When it comes to beading, Eagle 1 slightly had the upper hand there. You guys living in Arizona, Florida, Southern California, this is going to be important to you here, the heat test. When it comes to slickness, that was an easy one for Eagle 1. Ease of use, slightly Eagle 1. So there you have it. I use both of these. I enjoy both. I always kind of knew the P&S was, a little light when it comes to durability, but it does bump up gloss very well. And if that's all that's important to you, there you go. For the final thoughts segment of the video, a little bit more lopsided than I thought it was going to be. Protection was actually a knockdown, drag out. But when it comes to gloss, P&S is still impressive. Those that still use it, keep on using it, keep on buying it. You want a shot of gloss for your vehicle before you head out to a show or a night out in the town, you're good to go. You just won't have the protection, and I think we were all aware of that anyway. And that goes in the same line as heat resistance. That's protection. If you live in Southern California, Vegas, Texas, Florida, Seal and Shine, or this Eagle 1 here, I think Seal and Shine sets the bar a little bit higher when it comes to heat resistance, but Eagle 1 will take it up to 200 degrees. So there you go. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.